Afghanistan's president rejects US-Taliban peace deal's prisoner swap. The government of Afghanistan has made no commitment to free 5,000 Taliban prisoners. It is not in the authority of the United States to decide.
Here's a summary of the article.
A landmark deal between the United States and Taliban aimed at ending the U.S.'s longest war may already be facing obstacles as Afghan President Ashraf Ghani announced that his government had not agreed to a clause set out in the deal. Ghani objected to arrangements within the deal that would see the Afghan government release 5,000 Taliban prisoners as a condition for direct talks between the armed group and the government. More, the government of Afghanistan has made no commitment to free 5,000 Taliban prisoners, President Ghani told reporters in Kabul on Sunday, a day after the accord was signed in Qatar's capital, Doha. After 18 months of negotiations and nearly 20 years of war, the U.S. and the Taliban signed an agreement set to pave the way for the withdrawal of all U.S. and NATO troops from Afghanistan and a commitment by the Taliban that Afghan territory will not be used to launch attacks on other countries. The four-part agreement sets March 10 as the date for an intra-Afghan dialogue with Ghani's government as well as a prisoner swap which would see the government release 5,000 Taliban prisoners and the Taliban release 1,000 captives. Everybody would agree, ironically, on the fact that the deal between the Taliban and the U.S., as difficult as it might have been, has probably been the easiest part in trying to bring peace to this country. The U.S. and the Taliban had been on the verge of signing a peace agreement in September 2019 when U.S. President Donald Trump abruptly cancelled the talks after a Taliban attack killed an American soldier in Afghanistan.
This post received a score of 11,028, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
The U.S.-Taliban deal requires the Afghan government to release 5,000 Taliban prisoners by March 10. In exchange the Taliban have promised to release 1,000 government loyalists from their prisons.
That's a really bad deal for everyone but the Taliban.
Tomorrow I'll talk to my right-wing co-worker and report back to you why this is an incredibly huge win for America.
Let me beat you to it, it's good because they'll just end up killing each other. Remember when conservatives lost their minds when we traded five Taliban prisoners for one of our own POWs? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Less an issue of the numbers, and more an issue of specifically who that POW was. Wasn't it the deserter?
Bo Bergdahl, that came back fluent in Pashto?
Citation needed on that one. He had started studying it before he deserted and was subsequently captured, but I have seen no reporting saying he came back fluent in Pashto.
America made a deal with Taliban to release their imprisoned comrades in Afghanistan without consulting Afghanistan.
You're new to this administration, aren't you?
Also, Mexico is gonna pay for all the settlements in the deal. Best deal ever, believe me.
It'll be the biggest YUGE deal ever made.
Literally Yuga, written in big font and with colorful pictures so that Trump can comprehend the contents.
I just saw this on Homeland. Time to send in Carrie Mathison.
Have they released Saul yet?
Yeah, that was resolved last week.
Wasn't he kidnapped several seasons ago?
People on TV get kidnapped a lot. See last week's The Rookie, for example.
I like that show, but man, they have some bad luck in the kidnapping department.
I've always found it important for all sides to be involved in any formal agreement, said no one in this administration.
TBF, the negotiations started long ago under Obama and then the Afghan government wasn't involved.
Multilateral treaties are often negotiated without the inclusion of all parties early on. This is normal. Multilateral treaties require 3 or more signatures on completion. This bilateral treaties has 2, and requires a third party unrepresented in the treaties to give concessions. Nothing fair about suggesting that negotiating with the Taliban early on is remotely equivalent to what is going on here.
Oh wow. My country is making unilateral decisions and is ignoring the sovereignty of foreign powers. I'm shocked.
I want you guys out of my country by tomorrow, but this is Japan. Every country belongs to America.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.